Okay, good. Now we are recording. All right, welcome everybody to the May the 6th, 2024 edition of Dan Mack Presents Virtual Open Mic. This one is being posted on my timeline because it's not allowing me to put it on the Dan Mack Presents page right now. So I don't know if that's is a new thing from Meta where they're trying to keep us from posting things on groups or what. But anyway, that's what's going on right now. So anybody who is looking for us on the Dan Mack Presents page will not find us there this week. So hopefully you will be able to find us here. And it is my turn to make myself big for everybody because I'm going to play the first couple tunes, or first one song anyway. This is a song with the compelling title of All the Things That I Did and All the Things That I Didn't Do, which sort of leaves no room for anything else other than those things. This was written, this is a tune by the Milk Carton Kids. Many of you have heard me talk about the Milk Carton Kids time and time again, probably ad nauseum, because I think they're so great. And this is one that I heard Kenneth Pattingale play this, and he's a marvelous singer and player. He and Joey both. So it's one of my favorite songs of theirs. So we'll see if my semi-numb fingers can pull it off tonight. Here's all the things that I did and all the things that I didn't do. I have the weight of the world on my chest. Well, sometimes it feels that way. For real, when my mind's at its best, I still feel afraid. The light turns to dark and my tears turn to ice as I turn to my lover, and thinking I'm right, I tell only the truth, every last little thing that I knew, all the things that I did and all the things that I didn't do. From the start I moved heaven and earth just to take you to dinner, and boy was that worth all the years that would follow us around and around and around and around. And for all of that spinning, I know now that I didn't know what I needed to know. I bury my feelings down deep where my heart never goes. All the things that I did and all the things that I didn't know. So what began as a fairy tale, we know became very real, scary, and at times too much. But we held it together and we doubled down on our luck. For all of the times I counted the lines in your hair as you slept by my side, I'm sure that you cried and you cried and you cried, so did I. All the things that I did and all the things that I didn't try. Off in the distance I see you once more. We laugh at the stories we cried to before. I'll tell you where I've been, you'll tell me how you've been. We'll laugh again, the story will go. The story of how the end came to be, how you became you, how I became me, how we became lovers, how we became friends, sisters and brothers, beginning to end. It's 4 in the morning, I'm telling the story about what you taught me of love. They hear what I'm saying, but no way they know what I know. I know I'll take you with me everywhere I take my body and soul. I'll take others too, but not one any more than you. the things that I did, all the things that I didn't do, all the things that I did, and all the things that I didn't do. Thank you so much. That's one of my favorite tunes of one of my favorite bands. Good. So it looks like we are live on my personal page here, but not on the Dan Mack Presents page. So, well, we bring up our next performers. I'm going to go on to the Dan Mack Presents page and put a post on there to go look on my page. And hopefully somebody will find that. So we've got a big crew with us tonight. Our next contestant here for the grand prize is Mr. Bruce Hendrickson. So we will replace my spotlight with his.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Those of us in Maryland are in the midst of primary season, and early voting ends Thursday at 8 p.m. But you can also vote on the primary day at May 14th. But as you do, I'd like to have people to think a little bit. So I wrote this song a while ago. I think I played it here once before. Change the chords a bit. Myths and legends taught in schools, some are false, others have true. And there's history that isn't taught, facts that many want forgot. Disease brought by Europeans, with native peoples devastated. Broken treaties and force of arms, threw survivors off their land. What you gonna do when they come after you? Myths and legends taught in school, some are false, others have true. Then there's history that isn't taught, facts that many want forgot. Who freed slaves and gave them rights, the North and South, birth Jim Crow. Hatred spread by the Klan's white knights, and minority rights ring hollow. What you gonna do when they come after you? Some people grow up a different kind, LGBTQ plus otherwise. Many states now make it a crime for them to openly live their lives. What you gonna do when they come after you? Women fight to improve their status, to be their own, not men's property. Legislators acting with malice take reproductive rights away. What you gonna do when they come after you? Myths and legends taught in school, some are false, others have true. And there's history that isn't taught, facts that many want forgot. What you gonna do when they come after you? Try to write a verse or three for you to support democracy. You may think dictatorship will benefit you personally, and it may for a while, but the question lies there still. What you gonna do when they come after you? Thank you. Now Mother's Day's coming up. It's this Sunday, I think. So I got a song here that references mothers and what mothers should be considered. And it's a Luke Bryan song written by David Fraser, Ed Hill, and Josh Kerr. I believe kids ought to stay kids as long as they can. Turn off the TV, go climb the tree, get dirt on their hands. I believe you gotta forgive and make amends, 'cause nobody gets a second chance to make new old friends. I believe in working hard for what you've got, even if it don't add up to a hell of a lot. I believe most people are good and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe that tidy nights look better under neon or stadium. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe the world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe them streets of gold are worth the work, but I still wanna go if they're paved with dirt. I believe that youth is best spent well on the young, 'cause wisdom in your teens would be a lot less fun. I believe if you just go by the nightly news, your faith in all mankind will be the first thing you lose. I believe most Friday, I believe most people are good and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe most Friday nights look better under neon or stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe that days go slow and years go fast, and every breath's a gift, the first one to the last. I believe most people are good and most mamas ought to qualify for sainthood. I believe most Friday nights look better under neon or stadium lights. I believe you love who you love, ain't nothing you should ever be ashamed of. I believe this world ain't half as bad as it looks. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good. I believe most people are good. Thank you.
Thank you, Bruce. All right, very good. So I do have to say hello. There, it looks like posting it on my own timeline got us a new listener. Hi, Liz Springer. Hopefully Liz is still out there. If you haven't heard Liz sing, she is a marvel. So she's got a couple of different bands. So if you ever see Liz out there anywhere, or see an advertisement for her, go hear her sing and play, because and the band play, because they are very good. And it is also time for us to have somebody else who is very good, which is my old pal, Mr. Bob Dill. From Bob and I have known each other for a long time. So what you got for us tonight, Brother Bob?
Some coal mining songs. First one by dear now departed John Prine, a famous old tune. If anybody knows, you're welcome to sing along, and you know all that good stuff. Paradise. And then I'll get to the second one when I get there. So anyway, here we go with John Prine's song Paradise. Oh, one thing I want to say about this. driving through Kentucky once upon a time, I actually saw a train with the name Peabody on the side of it. I said, oh, there goes Mr. Peabody's train, indeed. So anyway, it was important to me at the time. So anyway, here we go. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town that's often remembered. That's one time my memories are worn. So Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late for asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled away. Well, sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old prison down by Hadrian Hill, where the hair smell like snakes and we'd shoot with our pistols, but empty pop bottles would hardly would kill. So Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late for asking. Mr. Peabody's gold train is hauled away. Then the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and stripped all the land. Well, they dug for their coal till the land was forsaken, and they wrote it all down as the progress of man. So Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late for asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled away. When I die, let my ashes flow down the Green River, let my soul roll up on the Rochester Dam. I'll be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, just 5 miles away from wherever I am. So Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, down by the Green River where paradise lay. Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late for asking. Mr. Peabody's gold train is hauled away. So this second coal mining song is a modern update on what's happening, written by Tim O'Brien, who came to fame with the Hot Rise bluegrass band, and a guy named Daryl Scott. Well, I guess I wanted to say that we all think, coal's phasing out and we're bringing in all the new green energy and everything. If any of you have ever traveled through Loudoun County over here in Virginia, it is now the hotbed of and the hub of the internet for around the world because of all the new big data warehouses that they're building everywhere. And Loudoun County is full of them. And in fact, across the country, there's so many of them being built, and they need so much electricity that they are taking out of mothballs old coal plants and firing them back up again. So coal's coming back to supply the energy for all this fancy new stuff that we need, that we think we're being so green about. So that sort of weaves its way into this song as well. Anyway, Tim O'Brien, spelled with an E, and Daryl Scott. Well, my daddy come from coal dust. Me, I'm about the same. If you've read King Cole's ledger book, you've seen my family name. It used to take a camp of miners to load their train and gone. Now there's 4 in my crew, and we do what we do just to keep your dirty lights on. Keep your dirty lights on. Keep your dirty lights on. If you got money in your pocket and a switch on the wall, we'll keep your dirty lights on. Oh, Daddy work in darkness, me in broad daylight. I can blow a whole scene like Daddy never dreamed, using no bells, dynamite. As long as there's coal in these mountains, as long as there's coal in these mountains, we're gonna burn it up till it's gone, gone, gone. We can't stop blowing mountaintops, we gotta keep your dirty light on. Keep your dirty light on. Keep your dirty light on. You got money in your pocket and a switch on the wall, we'll keep your dirty light on. Every time they have elections, they talk about coal is clean. Well, coal is cheap, but coal's still black. It ain't never ever turning green. So plug your electric car in, charge it up good and strong. You're shopping online, well, we'll get you every time. Keep your dirty lights on. Keep your dirty light on. Keep your dirty light on. If you got money in your pocket and a switch on the wall, we'll keep your dirty light on. Keep your dirty light on. Keep your dirty light on. If you got money in your pocket and a switch on the wall, we'll keep your dirty light on. Couple bumps in the road and a little coal on the side, but hey, we made it. I saw you singing along there. It's a good song.
Yeah, I have an arrangement of that song. You know why they call them dirty lights?
No, because
All that dirty coal they have to burn to make them.
Absolutely, that's the deal. So, anyway, well, thank you all very much.
Thank you, Bob, and thanks for introducing some folks to Tim O'Brien and Daryl Scott, who may not have been aware of them before. They're both great songwriters. They do some work together and a lot of work separately.
Yep.
Like you mentioned, Tim does Hot Rise. Hot Rise, I think, is now finally retired. I think they retired a couple times, but I saw one of their last gigs. But Tim is still working with his wife Jan as a duo, and he's also got another band out there, the Tim O'Brien Band, and they are touring. So
yeah, I saw that. I was tracking them down in YouTube and ran across that. They were doing that.
Tim's going to be at Common Ground on the Hill pretty soon, I believe, in Westminster. So if you guys are interested, check him out. Got another couple folks to say hello to here. I don't know if these are all that are watching or not, but Jerry Flaherty, my buddy from Columbus, is watching, and Rebecca Price. I don't know if Dempsey is on or not, but say Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca.
Say hi to Dempsey too. So, okay, so now it is time for us to switch gears a little bit and go down here to where you see two people on your screen. However, we're only going to hear one of them at a time, and Stephen, it's up to you to be the first to go tonight, right? All right, you got to unmute yourself so we can hear you. There we go.
Hi, everybody. So, I just finished recording an album with my friend John Troop, my second album, and it's called Somewhere in Time. I found out as I was writing the songs, when I got down toward the end, I was like, oh my gosh. Without consciously trying to do a theme, everything seemed to have something to do with time. So I decided, well, that's going to be the name of the last song, and it's the title track called Somewhere in Time, which I'm not going to play for you now, but just so you know, this song that I'm going to play now is on this album, and it'll be coming out soon. We got the recording done. We're doing the cleanup stuff, and I'm just trying to keep up with Gould at the pace that he keeps writing wonderful songs. So this is called, the concept of this song is it's going back, it's a desire to go back to be in childhood days with my two sisters, Chris and Sally. So it's called Let's Go Back. Let's go back to yesterday. Oh, that's a bad C. Seems like a long, long way. I loved you both then, and I always will, like brothers and sisters do. Well, sometimes I'd feel so all alone. Sometimes I'd think it was only me, just me against the world. And then you'd smile, and I could see that it was Chris, Sally, and me. I want to go back, but I don't know how. Won't you show me how? Things were so easy when I look back now. It all seemed so breezy when we were together. We were all together. Let's get together right now. Well, sometimes I'd feel so all alone. Sometimes I think it was only me, just me against the world. But then you'd smile, and I could see that it was Chris, Sally, and me. Yeah, it was Chris, Sally, and me. Whoa, whoa, it was Chris, Sally, and me. Thank you very much. And it still is Chris, Sally, and me. I love those girls. All right, so we're going to switch it.
So Stephen, you only going to do one tune tonight?
Well, no, I'm going to do another one, but I've got a special guitar player that's going to play on this one.
Okay.
You want to introduce the song, Sweet?
Sure. This is a cover that we've been working on by Jason Isbell. It's called If We Were Vampires.
Dill, I didn't realize was okay.
What's that?
I got the music stand over there. So
Can you just hold it?
Yes. It's not the long flowing dress that you're in, or the light coming off of your skin, the fragile heart you protected for so long, or the money in your sense of right and wrong. It's not your hands singing slow in the dark, or your nails leaving love's watermark. It's not the way you talk me off the roof, your questions like directions to the truth, knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. If we were vampires and death was a joke, we'd go out on the sidewalk and smoke, laugh at all the lovers and their plans. I wouldn't feel the need to hold your hand. Maybe time running out is a gift. I'll work hard till the end of my shift and give you every second I can find, and hope it isn't me who's left behind, knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. Knowing that this can't go on forever. Likely one of us will have to spend some days alone. Maybe we'll get 40 years together. One day I'll be gone, one day you'll be gone. Thank you.
I'm gonna stay here.
Wow. Well, that one hit a little too close to home, but thank you. That was lovely. Great tune.
Yes, it's a beautiful and somewhat devastating song.
Yeah, really.
Well, we were practicing it this week, and I just lost it. I started cracking up.
Yeah, I can see why.
Yeah, it's one of those songs.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that one before.
Isn't it beautiful?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's about the fourth song I've heard by Isbell. It's me.
Well, you broke my heart.
He's
Thanks.
amazing.
He is amazing. He's prolific now. He's writing so many great songs.
And like me, he loves a sad song. So I'm going to do a cover and an original.
Well, let us introduce you first.
Sure.
And now we're back in gallery view here. We're going to spotlight you, and Sarah Pinto has taken over the show now and to do your two tunes. So take it away.
Trying to get glare on there. So the first song I'm going to do is a cover, and not to keep things too sad, but well, I want them to be able to see me too. Not to keep things too sad, but I've been working on Fast Car by Tracy Chapman for a while now, and I think I'm finally ready to play it in front of people, so here goes. Got a fast car, I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal, maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better, starting from zero, got nothing to lose. Maybe we'll make something, me, myself, I got nothing to prove. Got a fast car, I got a plan to get us out of here. Been working at a convenience store, managed to save just a little bit of money. Won't have to drive too far, cross the border and into the city. You and I can both get jobs, finally see what it means to be living. See, my old man's got a problem, lives with the bottle, that's the way it is. His body's too old for working, his body's too young to look like his. Mama went off and left him, she wanted more from life than he could give. I said somebody's got to take care of him, so I quit school and that's what I did. Got a fast car, is it fast enough so we can fly away? We've got to make a decision, leave tonight or live and die this way. See, I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights laid out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulders. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car, we go cruise and entertain ourselves. You still ain't got a job, and I work in the market as a checkout girl. I know things will get better, you'll find work and I'll get promoted. We'll move out of the shelter, buy a bigger house and live in the suburbs. See, I remember when we were driving in your car, speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights laid out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car, I got a job that pays all the bills. You stay out drinking late at the bar, see more of your friends than you do of your kids. I'd always hope for better. Thought maybe together you and me would find it. I got no plans, I ain't going nowhere. Take your fast car and keep on driving. See, I remember when we were driving in your car. Speed so fast I felt like I was drunk. City lights laid out before us, and your arm felt nice wrapped around my shoulder. And I had a feeling that I belonged. I had a feeling I could be someone, be someone, be someone. You got a fast car. Is it fast enough so we can fly away? We've gotta make a decision. Leave tonight or live and die this way. Thank you. I started learning that song before I knew it was going to have such a resurgence. But I've always loved that song. So the next one I'm going to do is an original that I wrote recently. And sort of in a similar themes to what Bruce was singing about. I always appreciate the themes that you bring up, Bruce. So this is about the fact that even though we may feel like we can't do anything to change things, I believe that we can, especially when we raise our voices together. This is called Raise Your Voice. Raise your voice, though it may tremble like a leaf in the breeze. We are not powerless when enough of our voices make a chorus. I call my senator's office every day before work. Sometimes the words get tangled in my mouth, but they will be heard. It's up to us to sound the alarm when injustice reigns. And what am I an artist for, if not to create change? Raise your voice, though it may tremble like a leaf in the breeze. We are not powerless when enough of our voices make a chorus. I walk to the quarry where I stand and weep, where the stones sing their songs of violation and grief, for the land and all her children. I won't concede defeat, as the ancestors whisper in my ear. My soul is lost if I don't speak. When we look at history, right and wrong seems clear, but doing right's not easy. It might be against the law, You might be frightened of the cost of all that you believe in. Raise your voice, though it may tremble like a leaf in the breeze. We are not powerless when enough of our voices make a chorus. Raise your voice, though it may tremble like a leaf in the breeze. Raise your voice, call out so others can follow your lead. I know it's not easy, it's never been easy. I know it's not easy, it's never been easy. Raise your voice, raise your voice, raise your voice, raise your voice.
Bravo. You did great.
Thank you, Sarah, very much. What was the origin of that song? Was that your tune?
Yes, that was mine.
That's a lovely song. Very, very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, wonderful. So now that we've gotten Stephen and Sarah to make us cry a little bit, I don't know what Rob Gould's going to do when it turns his turn. So you know, you're not up yet, Rob. I was just taking your name in vain. So now, actually, who we
Don't
do
get
have
me
up.
excited.
Yeah, it gets you excited. Yeah. Well, I don't know that we could do that. You're one of the least excitable persons I know, I think, actually. So, at least on the outside. Who knows what's going on inside that brainy skull of yours? So we'll see. Anyway, it's time for me to say hello to a couple of more folks I see who are watching, or at least were watching a minute or two ago. Hi to Bill Gentry. Bill and I are old music pals. We played in bands together for many years. And Dave Morris, great to see you out there too, brother. And Paul Stolniker, another one of my old friends. Gosh, I got a whole bunch of old friends on the show tonight. That's very cool, including all you guys here on the show. Well, it's time for us to turn the show over to Mr. Mike Rocke, my faithful minion, who has got a waterfall behind him tonight. You can tell us about the waterfall?
That is Blackwater Falls in the Canaan River Valley, West Virginia.
It looks white to me.
It's the Blackwater River.
What are you going to play for us tonight?
I'm going to do something a little more cheerful. So, last week I was at open mic at Seven Locks Brewery, and that was May Day, so I picked up a few songs that were set in May or mentioned May or something like that. So. I roved out one fine May morning, bright and cheerful was the weather. Chanced to roam some miles from home, among the beautiful blooming heather, and its heather on the moor, over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather. I chanced to roam some miles from home, among the beautiful blooming heather, and its heather on the moor. As I roved on with me hunting song, and me heart as light as any feather, met a pretty maid along the way. She was tripping the dew down from the heather, and it's heather on the moor, over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather. I met a pretty maid along the way. She was tripping the dew down from the heather, and it's heather on the moor. Now where are you going to, me pretty fair maid? Be it hill or dale, come tell me whether. She answered me quite modestly, the feeding of me lambs together, and it's heather on the moor, over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather. She answered me quite modestly, the feeding of me lambs together, and it's heather on the moor. We shook hands and down we sat, it being the finest day in summer. And we sat till the red setting beams of the sun came sparkling down among the heather, and it's heather on the moor. Over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather we sat till the red setting beams of the sun came sparkling down among the heather, and it's heather on the moor. I must up and away, says she, for my lambs and sheep have strayed far over. But I am loath to part from you, as those fond lambs are part their mother, and it's heather on the moor. Over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather, yes, I am loath to part from you, as those fond lambs are part their mother, and it's heather on the moor. Well, up she rose and away she goes, and a name and place I know not either. But if I was king, I'd make her queen, the lass I met among the heather, and it's heather on the moor. Over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather. If I was king, I'd make her the queen, the lass I met among the heather, and it's heather on the moor. Over the heather, over the moor, and among the heather. If I was king, I'd make her queen, the lass I met among the heather, and it's heather on the moor. Why, thank you. So let's see. No, that one was, so we got Tacoma Porch coming up here this weekend, this Saturday. That hasn't been going on for a while. So we got a new coordinator, because the people who had done it before had moved away and they had trouble putting together. So John McMillan of McMillan Photography down there is running things. Things are in flux even right now, because he got started late and he wasn't sure what he's doing, but he's doing a really good job of putting a lot of people together. So if you guys are down Tacoma Park Saturday afternoon from 2 to 6, Rob Gould's going to be down there. In fact, we were actually assigned to the same house as he was for a while, but they decided the porch was too small. Rob Ficke will sing with us, and I don't know if anybody noticed, an extra person showed up at Bruce's house. That's our mandolinist, and good tenor voice. He'll be down there playing with us.
So is this a thing where you just drive around and look for people playing on porches, or what?
Well, really what you want to do is go down like maybe from the metro station or something like that and walk through. You can go to Tacoma Radio, and they have the schedule. You can look up Tacoma Porch on Facebook, and you can get a link to the Tacoma Radio page where they have the list. Unfortunately, Tacoma Radio didn't put a link directly from their homepage, so it's not easy to find that way. But then you can find all the particular houses around just about the north side of Carroll Avenue that people are just going to be out there playing on their porches for 4 hours.
Sounds great.
So you can find folks like Rob Gould. You can find us. Sticky G is our group. So you won't find it under my name. It's Sticky G, or anybody else you wanna find or otherwise avoid, if you want to be sure of that too.
Great, thanks, Mike. What else you got for us tonight?
Okay, I got another one here. Well, let's see. I guess we'll go back to something somewhat maudlin. This is a lost love song, written by a Scotsman back in the 60s. And it's interesting, there's a lot of towns in Scotland mentioned here, and he never really got more than about 60 miles away from home. So. The west winds blew to Cocheville, and with the winds came we. And where the river hugs the wood, and blackthorns bloom in May, there stood a single rowan tree. So young and tender, so were you. I loved you both as there you grew. The day I took the road that leads by Rannoch to the sea. We carved our names in Cocheville, the rowan leaves were still, but the darkening west was in your eyes. Despite your kisses and my lies, my thoughts had crossed the hill. I broke your heart as the minutes passed. I shrugged and said that nothing lasts, but many the backwards glance I cast as I went north to the drill. The big wheels rumble up and down, the lorries know the way. I waved my hand, I hitched a ride. We crossed the bridge to Ficke, where the diesel motors play. Then I set myself to a cliff of stone, my ears to the boring hammers drone. But the ache inside I rued alone, for you were far away. Money moved from Eric's Lock, and the great Glen beckoned on. At Morriston the hills grew pale, we fought and drank through Old Kintail till our money soon was gone. And I cursed Loch Auside's autumn rain, the winter whiskey in Dunblane, till the west winds rose in the spring again, and my heart let out a song. Then I came at last to Cocheville with a dozen hills aflame. You had another hand to hold, beneath the names we carved of old there was another name. You looked me through, you made no sign, I drank that cup of bitter wine, for well I knew that the fault was mine, and I went the road I came. Big wheels rumble up and down, the lorries know the way. I waved my hand, I hitched a ride. We crossed the bridge to Ficke, where the diesel motors play. Then I set myself to a cliff of stone, my ears to the boring hammers drone. But the ache inside I rued alone, for you were far away.
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks.
Good stuff as always. We can always depend on Mike to play some stuff that I've never heard before anyway. And I don't know how you do it. That time after time he comes up with these cool old tunes that I have not heard before. So
Yeah,
not that I've heard everything that there is to hear, obviously, but it's always interesting that there's always a couple in your pocket that are brand new to me, which is fun.
I try. So I advertise my things. You know, you guys can come down to Come Porch, or you can come over to Clear Skies Meadery on Sunday, Mother's Day. You bring your mother. We'll have an open jam.
Wow. Right. Yeah, especially if she plays something, right? So
yeah,
it'll be fun.
Well, okay. She can play, she can listen, she can sing, she can make requests. Would you care to advertise yourself while we're paused here?
As a matter of fact, I think that's probably a good idea. This is right about the right time to do it, and I'll depend on you to share your screen since mine isn't being cooperative these days. So thank you, Mike. So for those of you who are wondering how we keep this thing going week after week, it's because of people like Mike who help out, and also people like you who help support by sending us a few dollars here and there so that I can pay for my professional version of Zoom, which is coming up soon, and give Verizon the money that they need for my bandwidth and for microphones and all the stuff that it takes to keep this thing going. So thank you very much for those who have already sent some support. I appreciate that very much. And now, of course, you're not required to contribute in order to listen or participate, but it does help out if you have the opportunity and the wherewithal to do that. So thanks once again for this, and we will take the show back to where it belongs, which is right now to Mr. Larry Johansen, who is going to play some finger-style stuff. What you got for us tonight, Larry?
Finger-style stuff. Okay. It's kind of funny because going back, there's a question. You have classical guitar and you have fingerstyle guitar. Where do they overlap? Well, I'll get back to that in a minute or two. First song I'm going to do is a piece that I've done a while back by Richard Saslow. It's called Coney Island Cakewalk, and it's a fun piece. So here we go. And see if you can notice the deviation. I'm sure you will. So here we go. Thank you. So did anybody pick up on the deviation other than the errors?
Yes, a little bit of another tune you threw in the middle there. Oh, fair. Right. Now, what I would call the main difference between classical guitar and any other kind of fingerstyle, on a steel string anyway, is my inability to play with my thumb on the classical guitar because the neck is just too wide. Now, on a steel string, you can get your hand, you can get that thumb around, or you can do it, but not on a nylon string, at least not for me. My hands are not big enough to do that.
But I really appreciated the way you said that at the very beginning. Classical or any other type of fingerstyle guitar. Because I would argue that basically classical guitar is, and fingerstyle guitar encompasses that.
Exactly.
And does it quite nicely, thank you very much. So I picked up that little bit of throwing in something weird in there. I was at a concert once with Tommy Emmanuel, and talk about a guitar player, okay. But he is known for throwing in weird little bits in the middle of other songs. And he said that he picked that up when he used to do in Australia when he was actually working bars and what have you, to make sure people were still awake in the middle of a song. Like he'd be doing classical gas and he'd throw in the riff from Walk, Don't Run right in the middle of the thing, or something like that. So, and Actually, my guitar instructor that I had way back when, John Stropes, was the one that suggested I might try that. So there we go. Now, looking at the crossover between classical and fingerstyle, one of my major guitar heroes, who I get to see at Swannanoa, does a marvelous job of this. This is Clive Carroll. And one of my favorite little pieces that I like to revive with some regularity, he wrote for his mentor. He was a protege of a fellow by the name of John Renbourn. Anybody know John Renbourn? Yeah. And basically, when the two toured together, John Renbourn was known as the Abbot because John apparently bought a church somewhere, and Clive was known as the Kid. So we had the Abbot and the Kid. And anyway, Clive, after John passed, wrote this piece that he refers to as the Abbot's Hymn. Short little piece, but it's really sweet. And it definitely sort of crosses the boundaries between classical and what would be considered mainstream fingerstyle guitar as well. So here we go, the Abbot's Hymn. I'd really like a longer version of this piece some point, but we'll see what happens. It's really sweet.
Yeah,
So,
well, thanks, Larry.
Sure.
It was very nice. And now, I had posted that Bill Anderson was going to be joining us tonight. However, he is under the weather and will not be able to join with us tonight. However, instead, we do have Rob Gould instead joined us, who had not originally signed up. So we're maintaining our schedule at 11. But so next, however, on our list is Mr. Mike Rosson, who is going to be orating for us this evening, right, Mike?
That is correct, sir. Just thought I'd do that to be a little different, and besides that, my shoulder hurts, so, Anyway, these two pieces are from the 80s, the 1980s, I'm not that old, and I've done one on here before. I'm not sure about the other. The second one's pretty short. Anyway, it is in the news that we're going to get a double incursion of cicadas this sometime this month, I think they said. Two broods coming out at the same time. And I've always been fascinated with them. Some people like them, some people don't, and I'm sure that applies to this song. I've done it before, but I'm going to do it again because they come around and around and around. I'm really lucky to be a part of this song. I wrote it along with 4 other people, and we've just gotten miles and miles and miles out of this, and I'm kind of proud of it. Anyway, it goes a little something like this. They got big orange eyes and can barely even focus, and some folk call them 17-year locusts, but that's the wrong data. Their name is cicada. They ain't here now, but they gonna be here later. They got 4 wings, and they ain't supposed to fly. They just crawl out the ground, have sex, and die. Oh, baby, I can dig that gig. I like their style. They may go fast, but they go with a smile. Check it out. Ngang, 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 ngang. Cicada serenade. Check it out. Ngang, 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 ngang. Cicada serenade. There's cicadas on the side. sidewalk. There's cicadas on the ground. The place looks like a little tiny Jonestown. I hate to see anything go to waste, and I was wondering how a cicada might taste. Cicada, potato, it sounds the same. To let 'em go to waste would be a doggone shame. So I got a couple hundred of 'em, brought 'em inside. I got a little ketchup and I ate 'em French fried. I ate every one without even hesitating, and the next thing you know, I was hallucinating, freaking out. Yang, 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 cicada serenade, freaking out. Yang, 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 cicada serenade. I was out of my mind. My head was in a fog. The next thing you know, I was sick as a dog. And all my friends came over. They said, let's get high. I just said no. So they said, bye-bye. I did not want no reaper, no lovely, no cocaine, because I still had them cicadas buzzing round in my brain. So eat your cicadas at every snack, because they can also help you say no to crack. Bugs, not drugs. Peace.
I think that one alone should get you tenure.
Thank you. I'd like to
Where?
mention the other 4 people involved in the composition. My dear brother Al, and my dear departed partner, Mr. Skinbeard, a.k.a. Mark Tintle, and 2 other gentlemen, Russell Branch and Ken Dean. And to me, they're immortal and immoral for having been a part of that. My second one is very short, and this is kind of interesting to me. This was also written in the 80s. When I wrote it, I meant it to be a sort of a lighthearted homage to beat poetry. And so I threw a bunch of apocalyptic images in and used a form that did not rhyme, but it sure has some meter to it. And here it is. It's called... Oh, I've been told by a couple other people, and I think so maybe, that it's oddly prophetic, given that it was written in the 80s and look around just today. So here it is. It's called Skiddly-Doo-Wah. Skiddly-Doo-Wah. When a meteor falls like a fiery tear in the eye of a darkening heaven, and the voice of the turtle is heard on the air from the mouth of a transistor radio, then a rotten tomato and a tarnished tin tuba will land on the lawn of the White House. And the kings of all nations will scream happy birthday with voices like elephants mating. For the love of amnesia, at coffee ground zero, and something that don't rhyme with scissors. Skiddly-doo-wah.
All right.
It's times like this, I wish I had someone with a bongo and a tenor sax. You know, that'd be really
That's right. Some shades that you wear inside your house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got the beret, you know.
All right. Right. You got the beret.
I
Thank
got
you.
about half the references, too.
You know? And it was just random when I wrote it, but today it's a little significant maybe.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mike. We can.
Thank you.
Yeah. And now as far as I'm concerned, your shoulder can hurt any week you want, because if we get stuff like that out of you, that's fine. Yeah. No, that's lots of fun. And I got a little message here in my chat after you did the first one. It says, "Bugs, not drugs."
That's the way.
I think that's from Mike Rosson, or from Mike Rocke. So,
Thank you, sir.
all right, thanks. And tweets to your budgie there too.
Oh yes, it's she likes to challenge me.
Right, I can see. Then she wants your attention.
That's
All
true.
right.
I make a noise, you got to be in on it.
That's right. Well, it's time for us to turn the show over to Mr. Rob Ficke, and I will replace Spotlight like so. And there you are, Rob. So what you got for us tonight, my friend?
So I'm developing a reputation for borrowing songs from my music colleagues. So here's one that Bruce introduced us to, and without apology, I'm going to sing it. Then I'll tell you a little story about it afterwards. If I could roll back the years, back when I was young and limber, loose as ashes in the wind, I had no irons in the fire. I could ride the wild young broncos, the adrenaline came quickly, and Juanita down at Mona's was my only heart's desire. We were living for the moment, and sunlight on my silver bits, the ringing of my jingle bobs, music to my soul. In the alley back of Mona's, I held Juanita in the shadows, and we held on to each other and the loving that we stole. And the sighting of the pines up here near the timberline makes me wish I'd done things different, but wishing don't make it so. And the time has passed so quick, the years all run together now. Did I hold Juanita yesterday? Was it 50 years ago? If I would have quit them Broncos, she might have quit that business, but that was back in the fast days, you know, before the wire. I bet I still could find her, and I bet she's still as pretty as when she needed out at Mona's, and the only heart's desire. And the sighting of the pines up here near the timberline makes me wish I'd done things different, but wishing don't make it so. Oh, the time has passed so quick, the years all run together now. Did I hold Juanita yesterday? Was it 50 years ago? Thank you, Bruce, for introducing that to all of us. So the story behind this is that my younger brother just got remarried, or will get remarried next month in Hawaii, to his girlfriend from 50 years ago, who he had not seen until actually just a few months ago. And so he just picked up where they left off. She had gotten divorced, and he did. So they're taking collectively their 5 children, and they're flying to Maui. The other part of the story, and Mike, Rocke, and Bruce have heard this, is that his wife-to-be is friends with Woody Harrelson's wife. And so Woody is going to fly the 2 of them and the 5 kids on his private jet from Atlanta to Maui. So I thought that was a pretty cool story. So I sent my brother a YouTube link to this Ian Tyson song, hoping he would appreciate the reference to getting back together with somebody after 50 years. So there have been been a lot of floods, a lot of rainstorms, especially down in Texas. So here's a song the Seldom Seen did. Mary, take the child, rivers rising, muddy waters taking back the land. Old frame house, it can take one more beating. Ain't no use to stay and make a stand. The morning light showed water in the valley. Daddy's grave just went before the line. Things to save you, just can't take them with you. The flood will swallow all you leave behind. Won't be back to start all over. What I felt before is gone. Oh, Mary, take the child, rivers rising, muddy waters taking back my home. Well, the road is gone, there's just one way to leave here. Turn my back on what I've left below. Shattered lines and broken arms around me. Muddy waters taking all I know. Hard to think just what I'm losing. Ain't never felt so all alone. Oh, Mary, take the child, rivers rising, muddy waters taking back my home. I said muddy waters taking back my home.
Thank you, Rob. Very nice.
We need to put that one back into our repertoire.
Yep. Yeah. Especially when it's raining on us at a farmer's market. Yeah.
Right. There you go. All right. Well, good. I got another hello here to say to Jay Keating, who is watching, or at least was watching for a while. So good to see Jay on. Before we get any further, because it's this time actually that we're going to slide Mr. Rob Gould in here next, since he joined us. He sent in his message late, so the rest of the folks didn't know he was going to be on. We don't know we would get this extra surprise, pleasant surprise from Rob. But before Rob plays, I do want to make an announcement for anybody who is out there still listening. I will post this as well, but due to circumstances that are sort of within my control, because it has to do with me putting my house on the market and selling it and stuff, I will not be able to host the open mic, the virtual open mic, for the next couple of sessions. So I won't be able to be back on again as a host until the end of June. Now, it's possible that another person might be able to do hosting, but at the moment it appears that we will be taking a 2-session hiatus from the open mic, and we will be restarting up towards the end of June. But again, I will post this information on the website, or on the Facebook page, so people will know So the other weird thing is that we seem to be unable to do this Facebook Live thing on the Dan Mack Presents Facebook page now. I had to put it on my own personal page this time around. I don't know what's going on there. So I don't know if that will be fixed or if this is a new meta thing that they just decided that we can't post to groups anymore. Anyway, so that's a couple of announcements there. This information will, as I said, will also be posted on the Facebook page, and we shall see what happens. And the next time after tonight that we speak, I may be have my house sold by then. So in the meantime, let's hear from Mr. Rob Gould, and then we will be able to listen to Matt Holsen afterwards, and then we will be done for the evening. Take it away, Rob.
Well, hi everybody. It's really been one wonderful evening. I really enjoyed the music, and as I mentioned in the Facebook feed, I'll never think of cicadas the same way again. Thanks, Michael. I think we'll all, going to know now that we're going to have a hiatus. Apparently, how much we appreciate Dan and what he's done. We'll have a chance to miss him, and I wish him well and Sassy well in their big new transition and adventure in their new place. So hope that all goes well. So. Okay. Here's the song. I want to pair these two songs together. One is a new one, and I'll save that. And the other, this is just because it goes well with it, and also because I only play this song. I really rarely play this song, but I only play it to audiences that I feel like I want to sing it for. It's a little more of an autobiographical song. It's called I Can't Stop This Rain. And I started to write this song on a buddy trip with Steve Eckstrom, a couple of other guys. So here it is. Said when you were young, I'd chase those monsters back to Kingdom Come. And if you were afraid of anyone, I would be there. I would be there. And though I do remember what I said, and I know that you might feel you've been misled, I can't chase those monsters from your head. I just cry. I just cry. Crying is all about my helplessness, it's true. Oh, how can I explain? I'm down to watching what you're going through, just to find yourself again. And I can't stop this rain. I can't stop this rain. I can't stop this rain from falling on you. The nurse has seen it all, but she is kind. says, Dad, you know this is gonna take some time. And she leads me out and locks the door behind. And you're alone. You're alone. I drive away on unfamiliar streets. The simplest thought I struggle to complete. And I can't shake this feeling of defeat. It just grows. It just grows. All that anger and confusion in your eyes, our easy way of talking, all gone. It's like some new girl wearing you as a disguise. What can I do that isn't done? 'Cause I can't stop this rain. Oh, I can't stop this rain. Oh, I can't stop this rain from falling on you. Oh, I can't stop this rain.
Thank you, Rob. That's a very powerful song. I appreciate you sharing that with us.
Yeah, well, it's only because I love you guys
Yeah.
in this group. Yeah, well, here's a song. It's less autobiographical, frankly, but it's sort of semi-autobiographical. What am I calling this song? Let me gather my wits about me. Now That You're Gone, I guess, is the best title for it. I was coming in past midnight. Thought you were sleeping in your chair. I pretended not to hear you when I heard your voice on the stair saying, hey, hello, is that you, son? But I got so much more to tell you now that you're gone. From my cradle to my first car, oh, we were thick as thieves. You were my rock and my protector, and all you said I did believe. We lost the thread, I don't blame us, either one. But I got so much more to tell you now that you're gone. Oh, we got no long goodbye, no final act, no movie scene. Is it any wonder why we're talking in my dreams? Can you see me looking skyward and pretending you're there? It may be just my superstition making me think that someone cares. And these words won't be heard by anyone. But I got so much more to tell you now that you're gone. Oh, now that you're gone.
Thank you, Rob. Nice stuff. Nice stuff. So that one's a new one?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if this was its debut performance or not, but I'm glad that you play your new stuff for us whenever you can. That's good to hear.
Happy to do it.
Oh, thank you much. And now it is time for Mr. Matt Holsen to close out our show from the inside of. It looks like could be somebody's colonoscopy. I don't know.
I don't know. Not my fault. It's what was it? Dolly 3, I think, did that. And it was the same prompt as the one that looks like an acoustic guitar lying down. It's just a different version of it. So I said, "What the inside of an acoustic guitar?" And that's what it gave me. Apparently it's never seen the inside of an acoustic guitar.
Well, I don't know what it's in the inside of, but I don't want to ask. So.
I couldn't tell you, so not responsible. Pocket and lock it. Let's see. This is a new one for me. Not a new one that I wrote. This is a new one that I've learned. It's by a group called the Subdudes. Anybody know the Subdudes? Late at night, I'll be goofy like a clown. Early in the morning, I'm just trying to live it down. Late at night, I do just like I please. Early in the morning, I'll be down on my knees. Late at night, I held the truth in my hand like a little shiny jewel. Early in the morning, when I look in the mirror, I see the same old fool. You got to help me now, Lord. You got to help me now, Lord. You got to. Late at night, all my neighbors come to call. Early in the morning, I hear them banging on the wall. Late at night, I'm blowing like a hurricane. Early in the morning, I'm like a steady, steady rain. Late at night, I'm a ripping and a roaring, fit to wake the dead. Early in the morning, I can barely find the strength to lift my aching head. I I say, Lord, you got to help me now. I said, Lord, you got to help me now. I said, Lord, you got to, yeah. Late at night. That's by the Subdudes did that. I've been meaning to learn that song for years, and I finally got around to it. Let's see. Here's a Dave Tull tune. I think I've done it before here. Dan, have I done I Just Want to Get Paid?
Yes, you have, but so it's a great tune. Play it for us again.
Okay. Hopefully nobody's memory is any better than mine. So, this is by a guy named Dave Tull, who is a hired gun session drummer in New York. And he wrote this. Well, I'm a sideman musician. I've played in every kind of band. But after all these years, there's still some things I'll never understand. Like, why do people bother clapping when they've been talking all night long? Why do they have to ask their questions in the middle of the song? But of all these things, the one I truly dread is when band leaders make me haggle just to get my bread. I just want to get paid. You can't forget about the deal we made. I get my money when the gig is complete. But now it's time to write checks and you're dragging your feet. It's late and I'm starting to fade. I just want to get paid. I just want to get paid. I took the gig despite how badly you played. And you made it your business to keep turning around to give me gems of advice how to work on my sound. I almost walked, but I stayed, 'cause I want to get paid. Well, I packed my gear at the edge of the bash and but when I track you down to get my cash, you say, yeah, just put your address on this sheet. No, I just want to get paid. Your little story don't make the grade. Your checkbook's at home and there's no cash here, but you got plenty of dough for all of that beer you keep sucking down like lemonade. I just want to get paid. Something like that. Well, the gig was long and the breaks were short, but now we played the last song, so the ball's in your court. I'm sitting here jingling the keys to my car while you chat with some chick at the end of the bar. Now I just saw him hand a stack of 20s to you, but you need a whole week for the check to go through. And what about that tip we made? I just want to get paid. Well, I love to play my music, even if it has to be with you. I give it everything I got each night, and my demands are very few. Just please don't treat your side musicians like some beat-up car you own. and say the same thing at the gig that you told us on the phone. I say, Lord, please just let me get paid. That's by Dave Tull. Absolutely brilliant tune.
I have not heard it before. Brilliant. Indeed, I
Yeah.
agree with you. Thanks for playing.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Really
Yeah, look him up. Tull. He's only got one CD's worth of stuff out.
Okay.
And they're more, a lot of them are more like quirky think pieces, but that one's just funny, you know?
That's
And
great.
they're all good too. He's a good writer, but mostly he works as a drummer, so he's got this one CD and that's it.
Well, Matt, one thing you should know is that one time in your first tune and 2 or 3 times in the last one, your screen froze. I don't know.
Oh.
It was an issue.
3 times.
Yeah. That's what happened.
Wait, but the audio kept going?
Nope.
No, everything stopped for
Oh.
a few seconds, and then it popped back in again. So
Oh my.
It wasn't too
sorry.
bad. There was one thing I do have to know, though. What did he tell you on the phone?
Oh, whatever he did. You know, that's just a,
Okay.
just say the same thing at the gig that you told us on the phone.
Okay.
That's,
I wasn't sure if there was something between what he told you on the
Tell me.
phone and you said you wanted to get paid.
Oh no. I'll give you I'll review the lines again. It's the sort of the second verse at the end.
Yeah.
I love to play my music, even if it has to be with you. I give it everything I got each night, and my demands are very few. Just don't treat your side musicians like some beat-up car you own, and say the same thing at the gig that you told us on the phone.
Heard all that.
Still, sometimes before the gig, I've prayed, and I say, Lord, please let me get paid. So
Okay.
and those of us who have been around the block a few times have run into those kinds of things where we have not gotten.
what is that?
A little over anxious applause.
All right, folks. Well, I will keep you all informed about what our next show will be, and as of right now, it looks like it's going to be the third week in June. So it'll be a little bit before I have an opportunity to.
That'll give me time.
But hopefully, when I do, I will have money from the sale of this house in my pocket. So that'll be good. So anyway, thanks to all of you for your contributions and your playing tonight. It's been great to have you all, and we will
He's
see you.
climbing out of someone's colon.
Never
Good night,
mind.
everybody.
Dan, don't
Yeah.
forget that you have to have the lamp in your screen when you get back.
Ah, right.
okay?
Well,
the lamp has got to be there, or
Yeah,
else
the
we're
lamp
not.
will be. I'll make sure that the lamp is in the screen. However, some of this other
is that
junk that's
better?
on the floor now will be on the wall behind me instead. So.
That's
And,
okay.
and be sure, folks, because I know Rob's got stuff and others gigs in the area. Keep put it on Dan's thing there so we can see each
Yeah.
other in 3D once in a while.
Yeah, do that. So we'll see you digitally in a month or so, or a month and a half, whatever it is, and hopefully we'll run into you not online but in person before then. Take
Thanks,
care, everybody.
Dan.
Good
night,
luck with
Dan.
the moving, Dan.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Thanks, Dan.
Take care,
Good luck
everybody.
with everything.
Yeah,
Stay safe out there.
Take
Bye-bye.
care.
bye.